Alright, here's a close-up view of what the pinning on this Alpha Ykk AP lock looks like. So you can see we've got some standard drivers. This one looks standard. This one looks standard. And then we have some spooled drivers. And that's a couple that you can see right here. And then these ones right here, these three, and then the two over here that were the top stack. It looks like they have a little serration on the bottom. I believe these were all zero lifts, so I did not have a top stack to deal with on this. There were only 2 pins, and I think they were both zero lift. And then I had a couple zero lifts, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. But then you can see the rest of them, you know, it was either a standard or a spool that you had to deal with. There's a couple ball bearings. There's one that's over here. There's another one somewhere else on this pinning tray. Those fell out while I was gutting. I believe they go in the plug, and they were for biasing. So I'm going to drop those back in there when I put this back together. As you'll see in the video, I could not get the plug out non-destructively. I'm not sure how you were supposed to do that, so I just left it in. But here, let me rotate to the side where you have more holes. So you can see there's 2 of those holes that I was mentioned. I think the ball bearings go into. There's the 2 holes for the top stack. There's all the holes for this side. So looking at this view, no counter milling, it looks like. Just the milling in there that keeps the key pins from falling too far into the plug. So, but again, there's no C-clip, and I could not figure out how to get this plug to come out non-destructively, so I'm just going to leave it in there. But there you go. That's a close-up look at the pinning. You'll see I use just a 2mm tensioner and a couple curved flags to be able to get to the left and right side. As I mentioned, I didn't really have to deal with the top. If they weren't zero lift, I probably just hit them incidentally while I was picking other things in the lock and popped them up that way. So not too much trouble dealing with that section of it. Yeah, we'll get it over to the pick and gut, and you'll see everything get opened. Okay, here we go. My key works. I'm using a 2mm tensioner. It's not the best fit, but it works okay. And then I'm going to be using 2 curved flags and bouncing back and forth between the sides a little bit. A little bit of movement there. I'm gonna check the back pins. Okay, that was 1. That was the other one back there. Just double check. Yeah. All right, let me just validate that the front ones don't need to be tapped anymore. There we go. drop my tensioner, but that's okay because that is open. And I just relocked it. Okay. Let's go ahead and gut this. I think I've got these Bible covers ready to pop off, so let's see if I can actually do it. We're going to do the top one first. Alright, so there's 2 pins on the top there. I think I'm going to put the front on the side. Okay, so there's my top pins. And then I'll do the 2 sides right here. Again, I've pried these Bible covers off a little bit just to get them moving, but I have not removed them yet, so see if I can grab this yet. Nope. Okay, I'm going to slowly pry this off and try to remove these pins one at a time. There's the spring there. Now I've got it moving. Okay, I'm going to grab the second spring before I lose it. Let's see if I can get the front pins out. Okay, there we go. All right, now we are in business. All right, that's it for that side. So 5 pins there. Actually, I should have put these. Bear with me one second. I'm just going to move these down just so that the orientation makes sense when I put it back together. other cover off here. All right, number 2. Once I got these Bible covers loose, they're actually pretty easy to work with, so much appreciated. Much appreciation to the Alpha company for making this lock easy to take apart. Gosh, if I could actually put that in the right spot. Alright, last one on that side. That was something. Is it a ball bearing of some kind? Okay, I didn't see a... I keep hearing things hitting my tray, and I'm not sure if it's actual stuff or if it's like... Oh, there's a ball bearing right there. Okay. Not 100% sure where that goes. Oh, right there. You can see there's a chamber. Looks like there's a biasing bearing right there. That must go... Maybe it went on top of one of these. Okay, I did not see a C-clip on the back of this, so I'm not 100% sure how you remove the plug. So I'm probably not going to do that. It looks like it may be... Can't tell if this is a separate piece right here underneath it, or it may be, there might be some kind of retention that's put in here somewhere else, but I don't see an easy way to get it out, and I don't really want to destroy this, so I think that's probably good enough. But you can see, let's rotate this around so you can see where the holes are. So it looks like there's 2 spots there for bearings, maybe. Two spots there. Those back two chambers. I wonder if that's for some kind of biasing. But I don't believe that this had any overmilling or anything in the plug, so it didn't seem like it was that special. I wonder if there's any more bearings that fell out of this. They end up on my tray somewhere. All right, well, let's take a quick look at the pins here. I'm gonna just zoom in. And as always, let's see if I can adjust my focus. It's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Whoa! Alright. I'll get a better view of these for the beginning, but you can see there are some spooled key pins. That one right there is spooled. A couple of these have some spooling on them. Sorry, not spooled key pins, spooled drivers. I'll grab one of these. So you can see spooling there. That looks alright. So spooled driver, as is pretty common with these high pin count locks, but not all of them were spooled. That one looks like it's got a serration on it, not necessarily a spool. Alright, quick look at the key pins there. And then, yeah, I think maybe I dropped some of these ball bearings out. But again, I think those were for biasing, so I will try to find all those and put it back in. Alright, there you go. That is an Alpha Ykk AP. I have no idea what all of those are designators of, if it's a model, if it's a manufacturer. YKK, I think, is the company that makes zippers, so that's interesting. But there you go. That is all picked and gutted.